evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Welcome back to another edition of West Ham Fan TV's Friday Night Pint. As you can see, we're one man down tonight, even though there's four of us in. Nicky's not here tonight. He's been caught up, so he might pop on later. I don't know. You know what Nicky's like. He just likes to pop in and out. But we are joined by Graham, Scott and Dan, and me, of course, Ryan Archer. For those that don't know us, there might be new people watching. But, boys, how's your week been?
Good, back from Portugal, straight into bloody football, and it's been non-stop, like travelling, man. I've seen enough
Dan,
to last me a long time.
I think we're going to start calling you Phileas Fogg.
I know, man.
Or Judith Chalmers.
Honestly, I'm sick to death of airports. Like, it's. I don't think Vienna's not for another just over about 6 weeks or so. So I got a bit of a break, but yeah, I'm not a big fan of all of that sort of stuff, traveling and that. So yeah, good to be back.
Scott, Graham, you must be buzzing because you was at Leeds away last week, so you've had a great week.
Oh mate, I'll say it was brilliant last week up at Leeds. Great atmosphere up there. Great game as well, end to end. Didn't do my nerves any good. It's good for the neutral, but not for me.
And yeah. Scott, how's your week been, mate? Busy?
Yeah, mate. As usual. I've had a lot going on this week. Meetings and restructures, changing hours, changing job roles. Yeah, lots going on.
Exciting. Do tell us more.
Hang on a minute.
No, don't really, Scott.
Bloody thing. Whenever I sit in this corner to start filming, she sits and digs at the corner.
What are you doing, Scott?
My dog's digging at the corner.
First of all, before we move on, hello to everyone in the chat. Everyone watching live on Twitter at the moment. There's no more Periscope, Dan. It's on Twitter live now.
Wow. That's much better.
It's much better. More people see it. Yeah, Facebook, YouTube, wherever you are in the world. If you're in wherever, we're happy you're joining us. You got beer, Gray? What are you drinking tonight, Gray?
Yeah,
he's panicking. Look, well, shit, where'd I put the diesel?
I've left it downstairs.
Graham knows what I'm on tonight. I've gone for a holiday beer, Gray. You know what?
I'm on the holiday beer.
San Miguel.
All other beers are available, by the way. You know, we don't promote just San Miguel on this channel.
Oh,
hang on. Someone's won the lottery.
Scotsman Punch.
I'm giving my liver a rest for a bit since I've had 8 days of non-stop drinking.
Yeah, you did look a little worse for wearing some of them videos, Dan.
Yeah, mate. That's only half of it. It really was, mate. Cocktails, Sagres, Super Bock, fucking gins, all sorts, mate. So
can't beat a good old gin.
Yeah, it's one of them things. It's like, the older you get, the more it just really catches up with you, and when you're in holiday mode and you're constantly drinking, it's all right. Just stay drinking. And then when you stop, you're just like, fuck.
Yeah, that's the worst thing to do. That's the worst thing to do is stop. Just carry on. Just go through. Just keep going.
The thing is, Dan, if you drunk all the time, you can't get hangover.
Exactly. Do you know what? I said that once to Jason Dammer, and they was amazed. Yeah, you can't be hungover if you're drunk.
I've never had hangover. Never had one.
Yeah.
It's because he's constantly drunk, Dan. That's why.
No.
Oh, yeah. But,
anyway, before we move on to what we're going to talk about tonight, I think we've got to mention about last night. I wasn't on. Obviously, I had to shoot home. There was no point in me shooting home straight away last night because I got caught in traffic on the A13, so I got home even later. But what a night! What a night from start to finish. Even the little light show and the fire, I loved all that. European nights at West Ham under the floodlights at the London Stadium. It was a great night, and all right, it wasn't a great performance, but as I said to Nicky when I was sitting next to him, I said, you know what? All that matters is we get the points. We just want to win this group, so it don't matter. We all want to play well week in, week out, but I'll take a poor performance and a win last night and put in a good performance in the league on Sunday against Brentford any day of the week.
I think a lot of people, when we was doing the fan cams, people were sort of a little bit more had a more negative perspective on it than I had. Like, I don't think we were shit. We weren't awful. Like,
I think second half they controlled it a little bit more, but I still didn't feel under pressure.
Me and Scott were saying it was when they made the triple sub. We was a bit out of sorts at that point. But this is the thing, right? And I think people see how good we are, and they expect us to go and play these teams and just completely dominate. And we've seen Arsenal and Tottenham, and Man United, how they do in the Europa League. They don't do that. And you've made a lot of changes in the side. You look how many changes were made in this side, and we've still come out and we've got a clean sheet and we've got 2 goals and we created some chances. We hit the bar twice. Like, there's nothing to be upset about. There's nothing to be disappointed about. We got the job done, and we're not going to roll everyone over.
The thing is, I think wasn't played bad. It was just a bit scrappy in the second half, below our usual standards. But the good thing for me is the last 2 games we haven't been at our best, but we've still won both games.
We haven't.
You wouldn't have said a couple of years ago. You would have said we'd have probably gone on to lose or draw.
And obviously Zagreb beat Genk last night, so it's opened up the table for us a bit. It's give us that cushion. We play Genk at home next, which if we get 3 points against them, all you start thinking then is like, look, 2 more wins and we can win this group.
Yeah, big time.
That's the thing, is playing not at your best and winning. That's the sign of a very good side, and that's what we're doing at the moment. As we said on PMP last night, that the 3 subs at the time that he made it, the time when he made them 3 substitutions, Vienna were on top, and then it just put more and more into the game, and we rode our luck a bit. But considering we didn't play well, bit more composure in front of goal, we could have walked off 5-0 winners. The Bowen chance, the 2 headers against the post. You can't really say composure with the 2 headers against the post, but them 2 headers go in. Bowen puts that chance away. We've run out 5-0 winners on a night where we didn't play particularly well. First half, I thought we were phenomenal.
I just think fans need to manage expectations a bit, and because we have such a good side. And we do play so well. We can't expect every single game, especially as I said before, chopping and changing the team so much to just be completely dominant against all these sides. They've got the experience in Europe. We haven't. We've seen the bloody Astragugu days and all of that. We haven't conceded a goal in Europe. We've scored 4 in Europe, and I just don't get it. There's nothing to have the ump about or to really complain about. Like, it's good. We had Mark Noble and Rice in the midfield, and Ben Johnson at left back. As I said, it's a lot of changes. Maybe if we had our full strength 11 out, you might expect a little bit more. You know what I mean? A little bit more possession, a little bit more dominance, but we didn't, and we're rotating well. And Moyes is doing the right thing. Everyone chin up and enjoy it, mate.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Mate. Go on, Gray. Sorry, mate. Go on.
Go on.
No, I was going to say, if you can't enjoy being a West Ham fan at the moment, then I don't know when you can enjoy it, because, you look at our record over the last, I think someone put something up today, in our last 19 games, including pre-season friendlies, we've only lost 1 game and drawn 4. That's incredible.
That is the game where really... You look at that game, it weren't a convincing loss. It was a game that we have Antonio in that game, I think we win it. And I think we were good enough to get something out of the game. And it's just an unfortunate bit of bad luck at the end with how things went. And, so you can't even point to that as to say, we were just shit on the day. No, we could easily have been undefeated still, but it's just the way it went. Brilliant.
That's the thing. Go on, Gray.
No, go on.
Great. Just say it. Just say it.
I was just going to tell you, I can't remember a side as resilient as this, and that you really believe we're going to give everyone a game for a long, long time.
Well, let's move into obviously what the subject is tonight to begin with. Is are we starting to see the next level we were promised? David Moyes is what he's done with his team, and I know a lot of people can say, it's not the board, but the board reappointed David Moyes, and they have given him what David Moyes has wanted. So they've got to take a little bit of credit for what's going on at the moment. But it's more down to Moyes and his playing staff, and the backroom staff as well. So, a night like last night, I mean, I know people say it's only Europa League and all that, but, Europa League is a big competition. And that is what we wanted, next level football. And this is what you've got to do. You've got to play in these European competitions.
I hate it when people say it's only the Europa League. At the end of the day, it's a European Cup competition that for a fairly modern competition has had some big clubs win it.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, Arsenal and Spurs would have loved to have won this.
And that's it. And that's the thing. And it's it's the same as like the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup. People like it's just this modern day look at football that the be all and end all is the Premier League, and that's where the world stops.
Well, the thing is,
the only time it branches out is for Cristiano Ronaldo and fucking Messi. That's how people act.
Chelsea won it the other year. Man United won it a couple of years before that. It was Chelsea and Arsenal in the final. So these clubs have taken this competition seriously. I mean, Tottenham at the moment, they give their left nut to be in there. They're playing in a Conference League on a Thursday night.
Yeah.
They're still getting more headlines on the BBC than we are.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Listen, I'll take winning the Europa League and finishing 17th right now.
I like you, Scott. I think it's the Sky Sports generation, and it's the Champions League and the Premier League is the be all and end all, and there's nothing outside of that,
And that's the problem. It's a trophy. It's a major European trophy. It's the second best European trophy you're going to get. It's like having the World Cup and the Euros. European Championships. You know what I mean? The World Cup is the pinnacle of what you want to win as an international footballer. But if you can't win that, then the European Championship.
I'm just going to say, I'm just going to quickly, Max, it was great to meet you last week, mate. He was a top DJ, and every time I requested a song, he played it. I pretended that the other people wanted Grease Mega Mix, but it was really for me. But let's go back to this one. Candyman saying, is being GSB out right at the moment? This obviously leads into there's planned protests on Sunday before the Brentford game. I mean, I've been reading forums about it, and there's so many mixed reviews on it at the moment. I mean, there's some people saying that they'll be surprised if they get more than 100 there on Saturday. And bearing in mind, you go back 2 years ago when they first done it, there was quite a good turnout for both the protests. And I think there's a lot of people and they're saying it's not the right time. It's a hard one, isn't it? Because you don't just stop doing what you believe in because we're doing well, because that can all change. That can all change like that. And then if we don't win in the next 10 games, people will be, it's GSB out. So you've got to stick with it or just bin it. So it's a difficult
people
one.
Would say that, you're only GSB out because you're losing games, and if we were winning, you wouldn't be GSB out. People have said that one before, or when we're in a relegation battle, why are you doing it now in a relegation battle? Don't do it because you're going to affect the team and you could send us down. Like this is never going to be a popular time for them to do it, and for me, yes, we are doing well. But it doesn't undo everything Gold and Sullivan have done. I mean, you touched a bit upon them hiring Moyes back. To me, it was something. And they did it, but they didn't really have much options after Pellegrini. They didn't have anywhere to go. Moyes was out of a job. They went down the big manager route. They turned back to Moyes because they knew that he got them out of the shit before. But it weren't like they had the foresight to know that he is the man to take us forward. They let him. Well, they just said goodbye to him the first time around. So it's not like I think look at them as
with the relationship between Gold and Sullivan and Moyes at the moment is totally different to when the first time he was here. I think Moyes has more control, and I think that goes with what happened today with Moyes being part of us bringing in that Rob Newman from Man City, who comes highly regarded from City as well. I know he's had a lot more money to spend to identify these players, but if he could pull out 2 or 3 gems, because he's meant to be a really highly rated scout, and I think that's a good thing for West Ham.
He's got to prove himself at this level, isn't it? With money, that's the thing I want to see, and we can't write him off, but he's really got to show that he can do it without having 50 mil to slap on a player, 100 mil here. Like,
yeah, but the thing is that let me touch on the GSB thing first before we comment on that. It's that with the GSB, right? You judge them on their tenure so far, right? So yeah, things are good at the moment. Things are good on the pitch. Yeah, you do have to give them credit for bringing Moyes in. You do have to give them credit for allowing Moyes to take control. That I think is a lot more Moyes saying, "Well, if I'm staying, you ain't interfering. Things are going my way, and that's it." And I feel that a little bit of the protests and the fan discontent the other season has got into their heads to allow Moyes to take that little bit of control, if you get what I mean, like improve the recruiting stuff. But
of course,
when you look at why the reasons everyone's GSB out, it's not for what they did when they first bought the club, not for what they're doing now. It's for them years in the middle. It's for the lies that were told, the money that's gone missing, the ridiculous sale of the Boleyn for the price that it went for, and we sold on again and sold on again. It's that's the stuff that people are not happy with the board about, and that the board needs to. The board can't. The board could do whatever they can. They're never going to make up for the lies that were told and the things that were done. So, yes, it is a good time to protest because you're showing that you're not only protesting when the team are playing badly and things are bad. You're showing that this is how we feel about the board, and it's nothing to do with the way the club is on the pitch.
But could that backfire, Scott? Could that backfire, Scott?
Because that's on Sunday.
If we lose, what are people going to say?
Well, this is what I was saying. This is what I said on Post-Match Pint last night. You need to leave the protest outside.
That's what they're doing, isn't they? Yeah.
Once you step foot into that ground.
Fair play to the people that protested before and Hammers United. I think they have. I think that when they done it before, we was in a relegation battle. As soon as they went for the turnstiles, everyone got behind the team. I was at the first two protests. So it is. It's such a difficult one, and I think Dan, did you just put that up?
Yeah, I just put it up. Yeah, I put it up because I think for me. Yeah, I mean, well, I don't say it's about having a chance, but there's a long way to go. We can't just see a period of good form on the pitch. We need to see complete wholesale changes to the way they run the club, to see them actually back David Moyes, with significant funds, and see a sustained period of doing the right thing before people even begin to start looking and going, actually, do you know what? They've learned, they're taking the club in the right direction, and it's in good hands. I don't think, like, from what we've seen off the pitch, like, there's enough there for me to go, yeah, actually, we're in safe hands. We're really, they're going to really progress the club. They're going to do the right thing. I still don't have confidence in them. I have confidence in David Moyes and the players we have at the moment, but we just have to see, don't we? And look, people aren't going to sit there and just not do their protests and things. Look, I still think the best thing we can possibly do is to get new owners. The whole thing with Declan Rice, he obviously hasn't signed a new contract. There's a lot of talk about, obviously they're not really offering him a fee, a contract that matches what they value him at. You're trying to say that he's our highest valued player. He's worth more than any other player at the club, but you want to offer him less than the likes of Yarmolenko and players like that. And
I think the Yarmolenko being still on the wage bill is probably a sticking point for them. But with you saying, with that question quote about the redeeming themselves, yeah, they can redeem themselves, but you can't just redeem yourself over a short period. Like you were saying, Dan, you want to see progression year after year after year after year. And yeah, this year they've took a step forward in the right direction. Yeah, you can say they took a step forward bringing Moyes back in. Then you had sort of leaving us short up top with Vassal Havalera and not replacing him. Whether that's down to Moyes not wanting a player, whether that's down to them saying there's no money. They're not as active as putting their foot in their mouths as they have been in the past. which is something we've learned.
The thing is as well. I mean, look, Sam, thank you so much, mate. Shout out to you as well for watching and for everyone watching and supporting us, mate. We really appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, can they redeem themselves? Look, one thing I'm glad they done was not sell to Pi Capital. I think they done well there. You know, they stood firm. They didn't want to sell the club. I think they've taken a step back in a lot of things that they used to do before. They're not doing now. You know, even Karen Brady as well. She's not as public with her speaking as she used to be, and maybe they have learnt a little lesson. And I think David Moyes is one of these blokes that he wouldn't allow that. He wants us fans to concentrate on the team, what's going on the pitch. You know, he has the final say on signings, and that has been proven. As you said, we didn't get a striker in. That was mainly down to David Moyes. He was off the strikers. He just didn't want anyone. He just didn't want anyone. Oh, I'll take him for the sake of it. And that's down to Moyes. So that falls on David Moyes' head if it goes tits up. But yeah, I mean, with the protests on Sunday, it's going to be interesting to see how many numbers they get. But as you said, Scott, as long as which I think they will, and good luck to everyone involved, you know, as long as they leave it outside and in the stadium, we'll get behind the team on Sunday because they're going to need us because we're going to be in for a tough game on Sunday.
Yeah. I think if they tied Rice down to a long-term deal, that would go a long way, I think, to showing that, okay, you know, I mean, we're moving in the right direction and things like that. I think they should do that.
Dan,
that would go a long way with the fans as well, wouldn't it?
Yeah, not being horrible. Rice could sign a new deal tomorrow and be the highest earner at the club. It doesn't mean anything
unless they match Rice. Unless they match.
I can say
ambition. Like Rice has got ambition.
All it basically means is, Dan, we get more money when we sell him.
I don't think I don't think Declan Rice will look at the football. I've seen Declan Rice's interviews in the last couple of days, and he doesn't look like someone to me that ain't happy at the moment. And I know because we're winning and we're doing well, but he can't say that we're not being ambitious. We've brought in players. You know, we're fighting at the right end of the table. We're on a good run in Europe. We're through in the Carling Cup or Capital Cup, whatever it's called now, beating United away. You know, we've got City next. You know, this is what Declan Rice wants. We got to remember, Declan Rice is only 22 years old. Yeah. You know, I know he don't seem it. He seems like a fucking senior pro. You know, like in his late 20s, early 30s.
The thing is, though, like, well, we've got to continue to do that. We can't. I don't think Moyes will allow it to allow us to sort of stand still and stagnate. But at the same time, to progress, the ball doesn't have to put their hand in their pocket.
If you look at it, when we come back after lockdown and we ended that season on a good run of form, we stayed up. We continued that. Last season, we had a great season. Then people thinking, it'll all go downhill. And we've started this season great. Look at it, we're unbeaten away from home. And look at the grounds.
That's what I'm saying. We've got to do that. We've got to do that year on year.
Yeah. And we can only, you can only do it. Like, we can't say we're going to be doing it in 3 or 4 years because no one knows what's going to happen in 3 or 4 years' time. But all we can do is every game, beat what's in front of you. And the thing is, with this West Ham team at the moment, is they don't have even like last night, we could have sat back, taken that 1-0, but we're still going for it. Leeds on Saturday. I know we didn't do a post-match point, but there was a point where David Moyes was going to make a substitution to bring Ben Johnson on for Souček. But then he sat back and looked at it and thought, no, we can win this game. And he took off, was it 4-0 for Vlasic? And he went for it. And we ended up getting the winner. So
was it 4-0 for Yarma? I think it was 4-0 for Yarma, wasn't it? I think
I can't remember who Vlasic come on, but he made that substitution. And it changed the game. And we ended up getting the 3 points. And that's the thing. From the first minute to the last minute, this team don't stop running. Don't stop working. And that's the difference between previous regimes, like at the end of Bilic's term and under Pellegrini. And then when David Moyes come in first time, he got them working a lot more harder. So
I just obviously it's going to keep coming up, innit? That the fact of the matter is we need another striker desperately. For me, Bowen's not the guy for that position. We really need someone who can fill Antonio's shoes with all the games that we've got going on, especially as well if Antonio gets injured as well. that's evident. I mean, and Bowen could eventually end up growing into the role, but I don't think he's clinical enough to fill that position. You know, he's good to have as a focal point, and he runs and runs and runs. We need someone who can stick that ball in the back of the net.
The problem with Bowen in that position is he's not a beast like Antonio. Antonio is a beast. He's strong. He's quick. You know, and he's worked on the other aspects of being a striker. Bowen's probably
did, yeah.
He's got the work rate. He's not weak on the ball, but he hasn't got the physicality that Antonio has. Even in that, he hasn't got the physicality Arnautovic had. So you've got to play a different dynamic going forward if you put Bowen in that striker's role. Whereas with Antonio, like with Arnautovic, you know, they've got something about them to create something out of nothing. You know, Arnautovic with his skill, but Antonio with his strength and pace. And that's where we fall a little flat when Bowen's there, because we're still playing the type of balls we would play to Antonio with Bowen up top. And you know, he's not got that in his game. He could learn it, he could grow into it, but he'll only do that by playing regularly in that position. And he's not going to play regularly if, touch wood, it doesn't happen until Antonio picks up an injury where he's out for a run of games. I think that win this Europa League group, get to January in a good position, it makes the club more attractive again to come to, because you're sitting there in the last 16, I think, of the Europa League. You're in the top half of the Premier League. So, you know, you've got an opportunity then to attract another player, and hopefully there's a player there available. That's the thing, is finding that right player. And what you've also got to remember is you're tapping up a striker to come and play second fiddle to Antonio.
I just think at the moment, I mean, look, transfers, we know what we need, and I'm sure the club will address that hopefully in January. But at the moment, I mean, it's such a positive vibe around West Ham. Yeah. I was walking around the ground before the game yesterday, and everyone was just so buzzing, couldn't wait to get there. You know, I had people coming over to me saying, "Oh, great work on the channel," and all that. And you know, it's things like that, you know, sometimes we sit here and we think, like, I know Nicky had the thing last week and he had to do an apology video for it, which he didn't really need to do, but it was good for him to do. You know, we sometimes you get in the book. It's things like that. And just at the moment, though, inside the stadium, outside the stadium, it's just such a buzz at the football club. And that goes on to the pitch as well. You look at Declan Rice's interview after, Mark Noble's interview after, David Moyes' interview after. You see all the players on Instagram and in training photos, and everyone's just got a smile on their face. And that's the difference with positive results. You know, I know when you lose. Go on, mate.
I was going to say, it's starting to feel like the old West Ham again, isn't it?
The thing is, we've all said it on here, that there's been times where we've had to drag ourselves to games. You know, and if it wasn't probably for doing this channel, we'd probably think, fuck it, I'd stay at home, because you didn't want to go to the London Stadium. But now people get into the stadium earlier. You know, look, will it ever be home? It won't ever feel like the bowling. We know that. But, I mean, even little touches, what they've done with the statue. I mean, that's an unbelievable statue. And to top it off, Martin Peters' ashes are in the statue. So now people can, on anniversaries, can lay flowers there and pay tributes to Martin Peters. And it's things like that. And if they do more things like that, you know, there's a lot more. I mean, Vic Watson, you know, Billy Bonds, Trevor Brooking, you know, John Charles, you know, because John Charles was the first black player to ever play for West Ham, you know, so they should recognise things like that, because we live in a generation now, you know, where we should appreciate our heroes. And look, you walk around the Emirates and it's full of all their heroes. And I'm not just talking about players, you know, John Lyle, Ron Greenwood, you know, let's make it feel a bit more like West Ham United.
That's it. We've got many a legend to be honoured. You know, you touched on some of them there. There's so many players, and like you said, managers and you know, things like that deserve to have something now. You know, and that makes it more homely. Look, as I've said before, it's not Upton Park. It's not that, but it is home now, and we've got to get used to it. Whether we like it or not, we've got to get used to it. And we're used to the walk now. We're used to the overpriced food, the overpriced drinks. You know, if you don't want to buy it, don't buy it. Don't want to drink it, don't drink it. You know, we know that's all.
Well, I've been getting there early, mate, and I've been getting fucking the cheap. It's like, what's it like, £3.50 or £4 a pint before the game?
Yeah. But it's, you know, it is starting to become a home, but it's not. You know, it's like moving out your family home. Your family home is always your home, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? That first house that you lived in, if you lived in it for a long period, that's always your home. But when you move somewhere else, that becomes your home.
But even when you do that walk, you go back to that first time you ever walked down to that stadium, it didn't feel like West Ham. But even when you walk there now and they have all the pictures up and things like that, it does make it feel a little bit more like home. As you said, it will never be the bowling ground. We know that. But it is our home from now on, unless anything else happens in the future where we get new owners and they move us again. But yeah, I just feel like there's such a positive vibe around the club at the moment, and long may it continue, because everyone I speak to, either online or my friends or any West Ham fan, and even mates of mine support rival clubs, Chelsea, Tottenham, Arsenal, even they're like complimentary of West Ham at the moment. They said they're a joy to watch. And I said, and that's it. We're becoming that team again, where I think a lot of people didn't sort of like West Ham, like rival fans, but now they sort of like enjoy watching us play football. And if they're enjoying it, imagine how we're feeling, because we're not used to it.
Yeah, it's funny, you know, like it makes me laugh because, like you said, there's a lot of positivity around the club. It's like now there's positivity in the club. You have flipping Simon Jordan coming out saying West Ham fans shouldn't get carried away. You're not a top 4 side. You're not going to do this. You've only beaten Rapid Vienna, who are not doing too well in their league. It's like, one, West Ham fans never said we're in the top 5. We never even said that we're going to get top 4 this season. It's not even something we've been looking at. 2, whenever fans are negative or pissed off, you attack the fans and saying we're too negative, we should be grateful. Now we're positive. They want to bring us down and say, oh, you're getting too positive, you're getting too carried away. No one's getting carried away. We're enjoying ourselves.
Yeah, I just don't think he's ever liked us, Dan, to be fair. I just don't think he's ever liked us, really.
David makes a good point there. And I wouldn't say it's all down to David Moyes, but a huge slice of it is down to David Moyes. I think the players enjoy playing for David Moyes. I think all the signings we've made have come because of David Moyes. He's a well-respected manager. I know that he had that shit spell in his career, and he's done well to rebuild his career as well.
Well, there was a comment that popped up that came in the chat earlier. This one, yeah, that's a bit of a long one, but
go and read it, Scott.
This is from Darren Herbert. He says, "Hi lads, I'm 56 for my first time on here. I live in Luton, but originally from Shoreditch. I've got to say that this West Ham are playing some of the best football I've seen us play. Alex Ferguson, the Premier League's most successful manager, saw something, hence recommending him, which is Moyes, to Man United, but no one was going to ever succeed him. We're on the up, chaps." And this is the thing. This is that with Moyes is now being given the chance that he probably hasn't had in other jobs that he got put in. Do you know what I mean? He's been backed. He's been given time. You know, his time at Everton, he was a top manager at Everton. He got them to consistently be within that top 8. He got them into European football.
And very little money.
Exactly. Probably to be fair, Dan, probably on less money than what he's got now. I know times have changed in the valuations of players and things like that since he was at Everton, but when you look at transfer fees now, he probably done that on a smaller budget than what he's working with now. Then he goes to United and it all goes wrong because he just he tried to change United completely, and the players within that.
Alex Ferguson had 25 years at United. Moyes had 6 months. Or whatever it was. He wasn't given a chance. And then he obviously went to Sunderland, who were already relegated, and he went out to Spain, and he's come back and he done well at West Ham the first time. He got sacked harshly, but he's come back. He's and he's built his reputation up a bit. And that's it.
The sad thing is he's gone. He's had to rebuild his reputation to the reputation he had after when he finished at Everton. Do you know what I mean? He's at that top. He's a top manager. I just feel that clubs like West Ham and Everton are his level of club. I don't think he's got that go to the top level of football.
Do you know what I think the problem was at Man United? I mean, you've seen the wonders he's worked with us and the squad of players we've got. I just think when he went to Man U, I think there's probably too many egos, too many superstars there. Just wouldn't buy into that work. He wouldn't buy into it, you know.
Look what he's done at West Ham. All these high earners and people that didn't want to work, they're out of the club now.
Exactly.
They're out of the club. And he doesn't want players like that. Like Fornals is a worker. Bowen is a worker. That's the sort of players he wants. Antonio
Benrahma is a worker.
Yeah. Look at the difference between Benrahma now to what we see glimpses of him last season, because we all thought, oh, Moyes, you should be playing him, But maybe Moyes sees something that he wasn't that ready as much as we thought he was. And he give him that experience in the Premier League, give him a full pre-season, and now he's one of the first names on the team sheet. And look at his stats this season. You know, great goal last night as well.
I think he's doing the same with Vlasic as well. He's gradually bringing him through, you know.
Yeah. I think with Moyes, I think he learned from the mistakes he made at United when he came in now. He changed the whole backroom staff. He didn't incorporate, as they call it, United legends or United people. You know, with us, what he's done,
United, by the way, they're not the only United.
You know,
we are a United.
He's when he's come here, I'll
tell you what, I love Nick Tucker. I do. I won't get his comment up because I know you've got that one on the screen. But the way he spells Yarmolenko, he spelled it Yarma Ioano is a striker. I love him, man.
No, he's not a striker, it's a shirker.
He's a shirker. Yamo is a shirker.
But, you know, it's what he done here is he come in and then he got Stuart Pearce, who's played for the club, who's had an attachment with the club. Now, at this time, he's brought in Kevin Nolan. You know, he's brought in people who have an association with the club. And that's why I think it works, because they're good coaches, but they know the background of the football club.
And the thing is, someone like Kevin Nolan's only recently been our captain, and he knows what this means to the fans. He understands the fans, and that's what you need. Every dressing room, every backroom staff needs someone that's associated with a football club, because as you said, when Pellegrini come in, he got rid of most of his backroom staff. From like when Bilic and that were there, and he brought in his own. It just didn't work out. I understand managers are comfortable with their staff that they're used to working with, but I like what David Moyes has done now. But,
I mean, do you know what I like? You know, like, I mean, you can see the togetherness of the squad. Like they'll 100% play for each other, but you can see that with the backroom staff as well.
Yeah.
Like they're as tight knit unit, you know, and the sort of when with the players as well, it's like they're part of the team as well, like the backroom staff, you know, like part of the they've got the same sort of bond with the playing staff that, you know, there's a real togetherness like from top to bottom.
That's it, and that's the thing. That's what, you know, having that relaxed atmosphere, the happy atmosphere around the club. You know, people then buy into the right. But when we step on that pitch, we've got to run our nuts off for 90 minutes. You know, because it's everything's in the right. Every player seems to have the right vibe about them. There's no player in there that seems to be a disruptive influence into anything. You know, and every situation that seems to arise gets dealt with in the right manner, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I look around that team and that change room and I don't see any egos in there. I really don't. But who's going to read the question? Who put the question up? Dan, was that you?
Oh, no, it was just a comment based on what we was talking about. You know, David was just saying Moyes is... Well, there was a question, I suppose, in there, but Moyes is always going to buy hard-working players, not just fancy Dans. Do you think we can be okay without a striker until the January window? I think we'll be okay. I think we can get by. Obviously, it depends. If touch wood, if Antonio gets injured tomorrow, then we're in trouble. However, I feel like every time I talk about Antonio's injuries, and it looks like I feel like I'm tempting fate. But
that's your fault, man.
I'm touching touch wood, that fucking undo the curse, whatever. But yeah, I think we can be okay. I think we've got enough there. The December and all of that build up is going to take its toll. I think if we can get enough distance between us and the teams below us early on in this group, where we can start not having to play Antonio and that in the later group game, in good positions, so we might just get through it.
Matt Powell said, "Rest in peace, Roger Hunt." Yeah, who sadly passed away this week. That's two 66 legends gone within the space of a week. Jimmy Greaves and Roger Hunt, and obviously there's only three people left now: Jeff Hurst, Bobby Charlton, and Cohen. And yeah, I mean, Jeff Hurst was obviously at the game yesterday. They interviewed him at half time and they had the rest of the squad that are still alive and representatives of the players that are obviously not with us no more. Yeah, this is the only thing. When you get older, you start losing legends, and these boys that done what they've done, even if West Ham, some of you saying West Ham won the World Cup, but if England go on to win future World Cups, these boys will always be remembered forever. But they're not only the first team to ever do it, but it's sad because you lose legends, and Roger Hunt was obviously a massive Liverpool legend. And as we know, Jimmy Greaves, former West Ham, Tottenham, Chelsea, and other clubs as well. It's sad. And then to think there's only three of them left now. Yeah, rest in peace, Roger Hunt. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, did you guys want to expand anything on the Roger Newman appointment? I know, Scott, you was like, I'm going to touch on that in a bit, and you didn't.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, no, we moved on to other stuff. No, that's it. It was going back to what you were saying about it'd be interesting to see if he can do it without attaching with players, with these big price tags. If you can spot talent, you can spot talent. If you're a good scout at what you do, it doesn't necessarily. It's what you've got to think of. City were looking for players of that caliber. Yeah.
City were looking for ready-made players to come in and win the league.
We're looking for the Lanzinis when we first got him.
Yeah.
That type of player. Players, Payet, that type of player that is a quality player and will fit into what it is. I'm sure he would be having discussions with Moyes about what Moyes looks for in a player, what he wants to look at to improve in the squad. When you look at look at the players that we've brought in. You look at Zuma coming in. Zuma's an upgrade on Dawson. He's strong in the air. He's very, very physical. He ain't the quickest, but he's a solid centre half. Yeah. And it seems that's the recruitment phase we're looking at. We're not going out there and signing 60, 70 million pound players. We're looking for we've got Mark Noble. We need to upgrade Mark Noble. What can we do to upgrade Mark Noble? What can we do we need a new left back. So that's right. We need an upgrade. This is what Creswell gives us in a game with the defending, with the crossing and all that. We need an upgrade. We need to find another Creswell. And we are not going to, we've been bitten going to sign these big money players with Anderson, with Haller and things like that. And it's not worked. Moyes' ideology of how he wants the team to play and the players and the way he wants the players to play, so long as he can transfer that into the scout will find the players, because a scout isn't a poor scout. Do you know what I mean? He's a top scout.
So do you think it's a good appointment or not? I wasn't.
That's what I'm saying. He's not just going out there going, oh, right, who's worth 50 million? Oh, we'll have Dave over there, Bob over there, they're 50 million, and quick chuck them in the side. Now it's a tougher task.
See, Dan, what you got to realise is when you ask Scott a question, he's not like, if you got to get from A to B, instead of going from A to B, he'll go all the way around the M25 to get to B.
Exactly. But then sometimes you won't quite get to B, and you go, wait a minute.
I was waiting for Scott to go, no, I'm not happy with it. No, but the main thing is he's come as part of David Moyes' team. David Sullivan hasn't done it behind Moyes' back and just appointed this bloke and said, look, deal with it. Moyes was part of getting him in. And I think he's been on gardening leave for a little while at Man City because we actually got him a few weeks ago, didn't we? But he wasn't allowed to join us straight away during the transfer window, which was, funny enough, that's what City done.
We'll only really be able to judge him in a year's time, after we've had the next summer transfer window. And
I mean, let's be honest, the last bloke we brought in under Pellegrini, Jesus Christ. I mean, he scattered Roberto.
Remember when Nicky said that he would be this Zusilos was going to be our signing of the season in our predictions? Oh, mate. We still haven't done them, man. We need to do. I mean,
I still remember Nicky's face when Roberto punched that ball in the back of the net of Burnley away. I've never seen disappointment in someone's face in my life. I just wanted to give him a big cuddle, but I was too cold to move.
I tell you, when he answered that, he was like, "No, my signing of the season is going to be," and we was like, "Who Silos? Who Silos is going to be my signing of the season?" Like, he was so like, "Yeah."
But I'm sure that this Rob Newman's already identifying players for January, and I'm sure he's already sat down with David Moyes and said, "Look, Moyes has told him what he wants, and he starts work on Monday or tomorrow or now."
Strikers definitely, I'm sure, going to be his number one priority.
Do you know the good thing is that we've signed
we're signing another goalkeeper. We ain't got many of them.
The signing of him coming in as a scout looks pretty. He's got 2 months. Till 3 months till the transfer window opens.
Graham, LTL, does Graham smoke or is his kitchen on fire and he hasn't noticed? Graham, is your kitchen on fire, mate?
No, I'm up in the bedroom, but because the light's in the middle of the room, it don't matter where I move.
You look like at the end of Ghost when Patrick Swayze when the heavens open up.
I don't know how many times. Craig, get a lamp. Put a lamp in front of you.
Or sit against the wall. Sit right against the wall, Graham.
Yeah. Turn all the lights off and just put a torch like you're on Blair Witch.
I'm the leprechaun.
If you went right back against the wall,
then keep that light in front of you, Gray. If the light's in front of you, you don't get the shadow.
No, it's in the middle of the room, so it doesn't matter where I move.
If you sit with your back to the wall, Graham, if you sit against the wall, the light won't be behind you. That's what I've said about 5 times.
Yeah, but Dan, I've only got a short lead, like a charging cable. I can't move all around the room. I'm just sitting where I can get plugged in. And
listen, mate, this is your shit. You do what you want. Don't listen to anyone else. You do what you want, mate.
Yeah, I'm trying to move
where you want.
I'm restricted by the cable. There you go. Is that a bit better?
Nick said, "Stop moving." He said, "You got ants in your pants."
I thought Dan fell off the chair at one point.
No, I'm looking at the comments, so sticking off the theme. But no, I was going to say if you wanted to go to the old Ask Us Anything thing.
Well, is there any more West Ham business?
Like I said, apart from we're brilliant, we're massive. Not really.
Yeah, we are massive, mate, and they love it. I'll tell you a funny story. Right, last night.
Not a Nicky story, is it?
No, it's not a Nicky story. I was going back. Obviously, I left early, went back. I parked in Westfield, and obviously Westfield was shut, so you have to show your car park pass to get in, right? So I'm going through, and I thought, so I've got to go to the toilet before I go home. So as I'm walking into the toilet, there's probably about 4 or 5 blokes like walking in, all had the same idea as me. I've got to go to the toilet before. As we've walked in there, I've heard. I won't say it because I know there's snowflakes out there that and Jacob Steinberger probably called me racist or whatever, but you know what Tottenham call themselves, right? Let's just put it that way. Yeah, right, that one, yeah. When I went in the toilet, I heard it, like as we was walking in, and there was 2 Tottenham fans in there, early 20s, and they were shouting it out. And literally, as we walked in, I've never seen someone's faces drop as these. And the bloke just went to him, "Do you want to say that again, mate?" And they just like, I thought they just start crying. I was like, why would you do that? Like, how stupid. They must have thought all West Ham had gone home. And then, like, literally, but we walked in, and then about another 3 or 4 people walked in after us, and they was just standing there. You could tell his mate, I thought he was about to cry. But, yeah, it was a funny story. Funny story.
I see. Brandon Gorge, and you remember the video I put on Twitter of your reaction to Leeds watch along last season? How was your heart for Leeds last week? I'd say it was different. That reaction, you didn't see it, was when Fornals had that crazy miss, and my reaction still makes me. I was so I couldn't believe it, and my reaction.
As much as we love being back at the football, it was enjoyable during lockdown doing the watch. Like, obviously, you've done the watch-alongs and things like that, but
I missed those.
Me and Scott used to do the build-up show and things like that. It was good, but I love being back at the football.
Yeah, it's one of those. I love being at football, but I miss the watch-alongs. I miss all the people in the chat, and I miss the people we used to interview after the game. They've been tweeting me, hoping we can interview them again.
Yeah, because obviously some of them can't get to the game, obviously, because some of them are abroad and that.
Yeah, so I do want to find a way to get them.
Maybe you should set something up where they can send in their reaction and we just upload it.
Yeah, well,
it's not the same as obviously talking to
maybe StreamYard near the ground or something. So we'll have a look. But that's funny, when that Leeds goal went in, I was watching it at a little marina in Portugal. We got in this little bar and we're watching it and we've got our beers and we're getting into the game and it's fucking mad. And this other West Ham old boy comes in and he's chatting and we're getting into it. And that goal went in. We're all jumping over each other. The fucking drinks going everywhere, smashing. We're like, fucking. Like,
the atmosphere in the ground was like all game. The atmosphere was.
It sounded good on the telly.
From both sets of fans, but it was one of those where when we got the winner, time seemed to stand still for a second because
it's an old school ground, isn't it? And Leeds are a great set of fans. West Ham are a great set of fans. Both love a sing-song atmosphere, and it's always going to be a great atmosphere in that ground. And look, you don't like losing to last-minute winners, but you can't beat a last-minute winner. I'm telling you.
Oh yeah,
I'll say time just seemed to stand when Antonio flicked the ball over the defender, like over his leg, and like both sets of fans, it just sort of seemed to go silent for a second, and then as soon as it went in, it absolutely.
That sort of reminded me of when we got the late winner at Everton when Payet scored.
Oh yeah.
And it's just carnage. You can't beat last minute winners.
You can't beat it, mate.
When you score with 10
arms and legs everywhere.
When you score 10 minutes ago, you're on edge and you can't look. But when it's the last second, you can't beat it. It's game over.
But Matt says, "Hey, they just watched your blog for Crazy 5-star video. Hopefully, I hope you do more." I'm actually going to be prepping Scott and Ryan because they're going to Genk, so they're going to be filming the vlog action for that one.
Scott, don't worry, mate. We've got it. We're fucking sorted, mate. Don't worry.
So we'll
just give us a bottle of Jack Daniels and a camera and a Toblerone, and we'll get you a good film out of that.
That sounds good. No, that'd be quite a good tradition. You tape the camera to the Toblerone. You got a good little tripod thing down and
one of the airport Toblerones.
It was one of those. Like, I really wanted to take my camera to the ground, but they're just being arsed.
Me and Scott are going right. We're going to get in right into the culture. We're going to feed each other Ghanaian chocolates.
Yeah. I want to see that. I want to see that sort of content.
As the sunset comes down,
and when I'm editing it, I'll have a look and I'm going to see what's.
Yeah, basically, Dan, we're just going to film whatever we can and just send it to you, and you make it.
I'm going to have fucking hours of stuff, but it's funny. We used to do like vlogs on this channel. We're not really vloggy type people, and
I still think one of my favourite ever away day videos was when me, Nicky, and Graham went to Old Trafford. Do you remember that, Gray? And you was getting changed in the back, and we nicked your top.
Yeah.
Out in the window, and you was freezing, weren't you? But
bloody freezing in the back of
that. Covering your
it was like November or something, wasn't it?
That was like December, I think it was.
Yeah. Bloody freezing.
That was when you was modelling the new Payet t-shirt. We've got Payet.
Yeah, I was. Nice. Yeah, Nick went here, I put that on, and then fucking snatched it back and opened the window. It's like Gal Falls 10 in the back.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to Genk. Fingers crossed, it will go ahead. As it stands, it is going ahead. And I really hope that it'll be a great trip. Already scattered the area, Scott. We're in a good hotel as well.
So this is why it works well, right? Because I'm the driver, you're the navigator. So you've got to do all the scouting, and you just say, right.
Well, you know me, mate. You know me. I always scout. And
so who's going to be the chief cameraman on this?
Scott's got to be driving. I'll be holding it in the car. And then when we get out of the car, Scott will be the cameraman. We'll take turns.
Yeah. Yeah, well, fair enough. And
that's the game, Ken. 0-0 draw at Old Trafford.
Dan, before we go, mate, you can give me the lowdown on what's what, mate. Don't worry.
We'll have a debrief meeting or whatever it is, and
that's it, you know. And like I said, I think we'll do a few games this season, even the ones I think we'll try and do a few more of those because I think they're good. And this one, it was less like we're not really like the ones who will film ourselves in the ground. I'm not
because we all like watching the game. You know,
get too sucked in, man.
Let's hopefully as well, if we go through to the knockout stages, hopefully, fingers crossed, we can all go together for one of the trips. Because obviously at the moment, it's late in the year and most of us have used our holidays at work and we haven't got the holidays and things like that. But next year, clean slate, days are back, European away trips.
Yours are back. Mine don't roll over till April. I'm stuffed.
That's right. We'll take you anyway.
All I can say is, mate, sick.
Yeah. Well done, Scott. You just did that on live on YouTube.
Right.
Exactly. We're edit that bit out. We ain't live. Graham,
that's the thing. The way things go, my new governor, he's a West Ham fan, so he'll know.
Oh, there you go.
I'm there and not.
Days, mate. Tell him we're getting him a ticket. And there you go. Tell him you're on a work do. You're at a work meeting in fucking Vienna or wherever we're going to be. Gray, you got anything you want to talk about, mate? Before anything more West Ham related?
No, I think we've covered it. All the main topic was last night, wasn't it?
Yeah. But, or do you want to talk about how you shared a picture of me the other week?
Shared a picture of you?
A pitch?
Oh, pitch, yes, I did. Yes,
a picture of me.
I shared a picture. Yes, I was lucky enough. I was lucky enough to share a picture with the Cockney Perlo.
Stop it! I've told you. No, it was good. It was good. First time I've played football with Graham for a few years, and it was good. He's playing with me on Monday night now. He was injured last week, but he's back this week.
Getting the band back together.
Yeah. So, John says, will Moyes be on the blower to Winston Reid prior to Brentford? Maybe get a bit of inside. I don't know. But
it's a mad one, isn't it? Because I forgot we actually played them in pre-season and beat them 1-0.
Yep.
Yeah. So look,
what do you
want to do? Ask us anything? Do you want to ask us anything, or do you want to talk about a little bit about the Brentford and then finish with ask us anything?
All right, we'll do a very quick, brief preview.
Yeah, we'll talk about Brentford. I mean, I watched their game last week, or the highlights, and I've been impressed with Brentford all season. If I'm honest, the way they play football, apart from Ivan Toney, there's probably not many players I can name in their team, but I watch them and they impress me. They work for each other. And last week they give Liverpool a real good game. You know, they drew 3-3, but they're putting some really good performances this season. And if anyone thinks that they're going to turn up to that London Stadium on Sunday and think we're going to roll this lot over and it's going to be no chance. They're going to be a tough opposition, and we're going to have to work our socks off to beat Brentford on Sunday.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Very tough game.
And hopefully the players, realise that and don't think just a promoted team. But
I think Ben Rama will be telling them that as well.
Yeah, that's it. And he'll be well up for it. And we'll have obviously our strongest team out. You're going to have Zuma and Bonner, and I think Fabianski will start. As much as I love Ario, and I think he's the future. I think he'll go Fabianski, and we'll have Cress. But it'd be interesting if Soufal is fit.
Soufal I think will be fit, but do you know what? If he ain't, I'll still have confidence in Ben Johnson, because I thought Ben Johnson done brilliant at right back last night.
He was very good, and you got So I think we're gonna have a very strong team, and I think Antonio will be up for it. And I think, look, if they come at us, I think I'm confident. If they go for it, our counter attack is so deadly.
Cole's saying there that Ivan Toney is trying. Do you know what? I thought I read that wrong. I thought he said he's out for us on Sunday. Sorry, I read that wrong. Yeah, he's trialing out for it. I was hoping that he was out. Then you got me all excited. Then Cole.
Do you know what though? Right, this could be one of them games where we put them to the sword. Do you know what I mean? Because
a lot of the comments in the chat, a lot of people agree with you. Like, there's a lot of 5-3, 3-0.
They're good. They've had a great start.
I'll tell you what.
Really
while Scott's talking, everyone in the chat, give us your score predictions, and I'll put them up on the screen.
Yeah,
carry on.
It's one of them where everyone's predicting it to be an hard game because of their performances against Liverpool, their performance start against Arsenal. But I said this last night: they've raised their games because of the teams that they're playing, and in years gone by, we've struggled against certain sides that have started really well in the Premier League since they've been promoted. But there's other occasions where we've took teams apart. You know, realistically, the only side that we've struggled against mainly since they got promoted, and I don't think we've never done well against, is Brighton. You know, but other teams
since they come up, haven't we?
but other teams that have been promoted, we've dismantled in recent years. And
tight game, 69-0.
I can see us doing that to them. You know, I can look. I'm not discrediting them. They are a good side, but again, I think like with Leeds, you know, everyone thought Leeds would give us a torrid time, and we dealt with them okay. I can see us doing the same with Brentford.
Yeah, we just can't take them for granted.
No, you can't. There's no easy game in the Premier League apart from Norwich.
Yeah.
You know,
why did you say that? Why did you
say that?
There isn't an easy game.
You've said don't backtrack, Scott. You've said it now. You've put that out.
There's no easy games of football in the Premier League. Every look, that's what makes the league what it is that you can rock up against. You could be top of the league, rock up against bottom of the league, and get beat. You know, there isn't. You're not guaranteed a win in this league, and that's why this league is as good as it is. But Norwich are poor. Sorry, but Norwich are poor. I've watched them twice now, and they're terrible.
They really are, man.
Yeah.
As Miss Hammerette says, we're only 8 likes away from 150. So if you are watching a video, and there's a few watching, just give us a thumbs up because it really helps out the channel. It helps share the video a bit more. And we're so close to that 60,000 as well. So if you can hit the subscribe button, if you don't subscribe and you're just watching, if it's your first time, I really appreciate all the support.
Wait, where was this?
Looking at the results, one scoreline that stood out for me in that was there was a lot of 2-2s. So, yeah, it'll be a close game.
This could, I think this, you know, if we win this, I think we'll go into the top 4 in the international break. You know, good chance we'll go into that international break. You know, being in the top 4, and that'll be lovely. So,
well, what we want, if what we want, I think they play late after us on Sunday. We want City and Liverpool to draw. If we win, that puts us right up there. That puts us in a title race, Dan.
Come on.
Let's
have a bit of that.
That's the thing. It's getting as many points on the board now. You know, this run of form that we're in at the moment, long may it continue. If we can get to January and still be there or thereabouts, and obviously get through to the last 16 of the Europa, puts us in such a good position going into that last bit of the league when tiredness is going to kick in. You know, we players are going to get fatigued and stuff like that, especially with all these internationals. You know, you sit there and look at the international break coming up after Brentford. You've got 6 or 7 of our players going out to play for represent their countries, so they're not going to get a break. And that's that's a little bit worrying that there's players in our side at the moment that look a bit tired, and they're not going to get that break from football.
Yeah, so
greatest one to you, mate. Hammers Mikey saying, any Scottish on here? Why do all Scot birds take offence when you call them darling? I let a bird on the train before me this morning and said, "You go first, darling." And she told me to piss off. Graham, why don't Scottish birds like being called darling?
I don't know. I will have to ask my Scottish mate.
Well, get him on the phone and ask him.
I think, you know, a lot of Scottish women they see themselves as, you know, strong women, and they're like, nah, listen, like they're sooner headbutt you than let them on the train first and all of that, you know, or open the door for them. So, you know, if there is any Scottish women in the chat, maybe you could expand.
Yeah,
on
any
that.
Scottish women on the chat. Why don't you like being called darling?
Peace Love with two. I think that's Canadian dollars with no comment. Thank you, Peace Love. Peace Love.
Thank you so much. That's $2 Canadian in your back pocket there, Gray.
Spend it on better lighting, mate.
You want to go there? You want to go there?
Get a lamp.
Yeah, that's $2 for the lamp fee. Right, let's go. Let's go. Ask us anything because we'll go for another.
Yeah,
we'll go for
someone asked earlier, but we was in the middle of a conversation about the Roundhouse. Has anyone missed the Roundhouse? And that's my local, and it's been closed since the bloody start of the pandemic. And I really do miss it in there. Cheap beer and proper boozer, and I don't know. They all still live up there. I don't know what they're doing. Like, it's taking ages. Bring back the Roundhouse. If you're watching in Roundhouse, fucking hurry up.
Yeah, it weren't a bad pub the couple of times we went in here.
Right, who wins in a fight, Fornells or Lanzini? I wouldn't want to see that fight. I wouldn't want to see that fight, to be fair.
Nah, they're two lovely blokes.
Yeah.
But I'm going Lanzini.
I'll go Fornells.
Give Fornells a chance. Here's one for you, Dan. WWE or AEW?
Neither these days. I think they're both got their problems. You know, they've got their problems. So I'd have to say neither. The relaxing way. Sorry about that.
Oh, this is a good one. Where is it? I just see it. Who wins in a fight out of them two? Repka or Steve Lau?
Ja, bloody hell.
Repka.
It'll be a fight to the death.
Oh, I don't know, mate. I don't think there'll be them two blokes, you know, that never just won't give up. They just keep going until they're making hands.
That'd be like Godzilla and King Kong fighting, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
just
that would be. I can't pick. They're both cancelled.
You know, back in the day, Repka would have been a gladiator.
I don't know, mate. I think as much as I love Sufal, I think I'll have to go for Repka on that one.
Yeah,
he weren't right in the head. But I loved him.
Yeah,
I loved watching players like that.
He
just wants to fight everyone.
Players at the time.
And to be fair to him, he stayed with us in the championship, helped us get back up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, a lot of people for Repka. There's a lot of we've got a lot of fight questions.
M Brandon 11 saying I missed the WWE from 2000 2001. There's I wouldn't say it was the best era because I liked the early 90s because obviously, but that was probably the best storyline era.
Yeah,
and the Attitude era was
98, 99 was
different class. Class.
Yeah, I just love that. I love that time period in general of like the late 90s. I really enjoyed it.
Your mum just answered that question for us there. Esso or Shell?
My mum works at a petrol station.
I think I'll take either at the moment. I'll take whoever's got the diesel. I'll take.
Yeah.
There's a lot more opening up, but they just because so many people are so low on fuel at the minute, they open up and they're shut within 24 hours.
Zachariah Amara. I said that right. Sorry if I didn't. I love West Ham from Algeria.
We love Algeria.
Thank you for watching us from Algeria.
Shout out to Algeria.
There was a comment earlier on. 3 guys in, I'm sure they said Vietnam, watching us. So I think they're all West Ham fans out there. So it's good to see everyone around the world from tuning in. We've got a usual.
Continue with the fight. Dan or Graham over 11 rounds.
Let's find out.
What? Let's find out on Sunday.
Let's do it.
We get 11 rounds. We get 20 of us together and we'll all stand in a circle.
I don't know. I reckon Dan could be a bit of an hooligan.
Hey, Gray, I changed you to 11 rounds of Wii boxing.
Great. What's your favourite cheese? That's a nice random one.
I do like a Stilton, like the blue cheese.
You look like a Stilton sort of bloke.
You would, yeah. That's what I was thinking. He looks exactly like that sort of person.
Nice glass of port.
Yeah, bit of port and a bit of Stilton. That's Graham.
You know what? I was bang on the port in Portugal. Apparently, it's like their thing, port, isn't it?
Mm.
You know what I mean?
I ain't drunk port since we went to that the Isle of Clayton charity night at the Roundhouse, right? That was the last time.
Oh yeah, the only time I really used to drink port was in a cheeky V. I don't think I've ever. Oh yeah, I have drunk it on its own before. Yeah, that was the last time. Yeah, the Isle of Clayton. She's got another charity night coming up on the 30th of October. My date for the night is Graham. Me and Graham are going. Looking forward to that, and we Gray.
We are, mate. We are.
Yeah, great night. Got a comedian, singer. I said all they need is a magician. It'd be like, you know, in Jolly Boys Outing when they go to the club.
Yeah.
What are you laughing at?
It was just you. It was like
Graham just sort of like looked at me like he just went silent. Is there a delay, Graham?
Oh no, so I was reading the comment along the bottom.
I said, is there a delay, Graham?
And then I caught up with you.
Oh, fucking hell. And then you go to see the latest James Bond film. Favorite actor? No, I don't like Daniel Craig. I think he's crap. I only seen one of his films.
I haven't seen the last one he done. I watched the first because this is his fourth one, isn't it?
Seems like he's been doing it for fucking 15 years.
16 years, yeah. So I've
doing it way too long.
Yeah, I don't mind him. But we was all talking about in work, like who's going to be the next James Bond, and
yeah. There's a few front runners. Henry Cavill, I think, would be a good one.
Is he the one? Is he the one that plays Superman?
Yeah.
See, I haven't seen him as Superman, but they showed me a picture of him, and as soon as I looked at him, I thought, yeah, he could be a Bond. Because people are saying about Tom Hardy, and I just don't think Tom Hardy's got that James Bond look. Nah. Like he's not. I don't know. He's. I'm not knocking him. He's a good looking bloke, Tom Hardy, but he hasn't got the James Bond look. You got to have that look.
Yeah.
Like Graham could be a Bond.
But that's what I don't think Craig.
I could be Bond in retirement years. I've let myself go and everything.
No, I want to go see it. Whether I'm going to get time to go and see it's a different story. But I've watched all the Daniel Craig. I've probably watched most of the ones that I've been old enough to go to when they come out in the cinema. So I'll be a bit gutted if I don't get to go and watch this one.
Yeah, but, Idris Elba as well has been mentioned. I think he'd be a good one.
Either him or Henry Cavill. I'd be happy with either of those.
Idris Elba done that film. What was the film? And it was sort of like when they first started talking for him to do Bond, and it was like a sort of trial film of what it'd be, and he didn't come across right. But it might have just been the film that he was in. But he's got that about him. He could be Bond, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, either him or Cavill, and I'll be happy. There'll be a big improvement on Daniel Craig, but Sean Connery is the best and will always be the best, and he's unbeaten. And Pierce Brosnan, I think, is another good one.
Nah, Timothy.
I don't know. My two favourites were Sean Connery, Roger Moore.
Roger Moore was a bit.
He played it more for laughs, but I did enjoy the Roger Moore one.
Yeah, it was a bit. He's a bit like that, wasn't he? You know.
But Sean Connery, number one all day.
Does he? Oh dear, Sam. Tom Hardy is a brilliant actor. Yeah, I'm not. Listen, he's a great actor, and as someone just said, he was great in The Craze. He was good in Bronson. He was good in Rock and Roll. He's been in so many good things.
But he's better in those type of films. Yeah, I mean, hard nut character.
Legend when he played Ronnie and Reggie Craig was unbelievable in that role. And but I just think I don't know what it is. He hasn't got that James Bond look. I think he's too like rough. If you know what I mean. I'm not listen. As I said, look, someone just said there he mumbles too much for a James Bond. I think that's what it is. But listen, he's a brilliant actor, one of the best that this country's produced.
I would be a Bond villain, a Bond villain all day long. A bald Bond villain. I'll just get the cat. You know, get me a little slow. But
I'm with you. I can't see Tom Hardy. The one thing Tom Hardy will get through the door, there'll be a lot of people going to the cinema to watch Tom Hardy if he did play Bond.
I'll be one of them, Scott. Don't you worry about that.
I think for the first time ever, my missus will be dragging me to go and see James Bond.
Isn't there a picture of you dressed as Austin Powers, Ryan? I'm sure they've seen something or heard about it.
Me? As Austin?
Yeah, I don't know why. I feel like I've seen.
No, definitely weren't me, mate.
Well, it would be. To answer your question, Rob, I think Ryan would be Austin Powers.
I reckon Ryan.
You'd be good as the Will Ferrell character, Graham, with the fez. You know, when he falls down, he's like, "Oh, I'm really hurt.
I'm in quite a lot of pain."
Yeah,
it smells like almonds.
I just can't stand to be asked the same question 3 times.
Oh yeah, Mr. Bean would be a brilliant James Bond, but he done like, what was it, Johnny English, wasn't it?
Johnny English, yeah.
You could never take him seriously. He was better at that. You can never take him seriously as well.
Oh mate, don't even get me started on this, mate. I cannot wait for this to come out.
Don't get Dan started.
Is that the one with Paul Rudd?
Is that the one with Paul Rudd from this chat?
Yeah.
What did he say? What'd you say, Gray?
He said, "Is it
the one with Paul Rudd?"
Yes.
Yeah.
And very little Ghostbusters.
We're all going together, and then Dan's coming because when he walks out of the cinema, he's gonna say it's the best thing he's ever seen.
Right, let's do a post-match pint Ghostbusters. Right, we'll film it.
This is like my wet dream. You talk Ghostbusters and pints,
and we'll review the film. Right.
Oh, mate.
West Ham Fan TV does the movies. That's what it'd be called.
Yeah. That's Barry Norman.
Yeah, we could do like a West Ham Fan TV goggle box type. Well, we won't be able to film in a cinema because we'll probably get nicked. But yeah, we could do a post-match pint, stay pup marshmallow pint live. Don't cross the streams.
Yeah.
Where's it gone? I've lost.
Yeah, don't cross the streams. Stay on West Ham Fan TV. Don't go on any other channel.
I'm really undecided about this. Have you seen the preview, the trailer of this?
Is it Keanu Reeves?
Yeah, he's back in it. It looks,
looks
all right, but I just don't know. Do you know when there's too long between the last one and the next one? I just don't know whether it's been too long.
It's interesting. I think it's one of the original director's daughters or something.
Yeah, he's still got that long leather jacket on, has he?
Not in.
I know Nicky was looking for one of them.
I'm excited about that because I think Keanu Reeves is great. I think he's going to do great.
He's a brilliant actor, Keanu Reeves.
I'm buzzing.
I'm more looking forward to the next John Wick, if I'm honest.
I love John Wick, man. John Wick is...
If you haven't seen John Wick, go watch it. It's an absolute great film.
How many of them is there?
Three, isn't
it? I think I've seen the first 2, but I don't think I've seen the third one.
The action in it is so good. It's not like a lot of Hollywood films. What they do is like they have so many cutaways you can't see what's going on. But this, it shows you all the brutal action, and I love that. I love that, man.
The thing is, I saw it was a video on YouTube, and it was like when he was sort of training for the films, like the fight scenes and the gun scenes.
Yeah,
and that. It's basically John Wick plays Keanu Reeves in these videos where he's practicing and that. He's something else.
Oh, okay. That's interesting. Okay, I might have. I'll leave off. He can act. I might have actually got this really wrong. I keep trying to click it. But it's interesting. One of the original directors is a trans woman. So same director. Oh, okay. My bad. I sort of just saw the name and was like, oh, one of their daughters is. So it's original Wachowski, one of the original directors, who's now a trans woman, is going to be directing it. Okay. So that's good. They've got the original mindset.
Yeah. So it's going to be one of them. As I said, I just hope it's not too late.
Irish actors were the best Bonds.
Connery was Scottish. Connery was Scottish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's have the Irish one. I don't think we're
Roger
was Lazenby? Was he?
He was Australian, wasn't he?
He's Australian.
I got a clue.
But Piers Brosnan and Roger Moore are both Irish. I think Timothy Dalton's English. Craig's English, but he's shit, obviously. But yeah, Connery's Scottish. Yeah, so
I think the thing is with Daniel Craig, he made a more action films, didn't he?
They became more like the Bond. They were more like the Bond films.
I love the espionage aspects of the Bond.
Yeah, Graham, you summed it up right there. Bang on there. They went down the Bond sort of route, didn't they? With Daniel Craig. But when you look at like Piers Brosnan, Sean Connery, Roger Moore, they were like the Bond, like the flirty Bond. Like that's what Bond is, isn't he? So
that's it. But you got to think with Daniel Craig's Bond, it's gone back to the beginning. That's the thing with it all, wasn't it? It's a complete. It's basically them revamping it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Steve Bell, his favourite actor is Denzel Washington. Great actor.
Still
Never seen a bad film with Denzel.
Two of my he's in 2 of my top 10 films.
Yeah.
Man on Fire.
great film.
And
Great.
Fucking hell.
Training Day
football film. No, the American football film. I fucking forgot it now.
Oh.
The Disney one.
Is it We Are Titans?
Yeah. Remember the Titans.
Yes. Remember the Titans.
Yeah, remember the Titans. Yeah.
That's it. Couldn't fucking think of it then.
Man on Fire, he's brilliant. Training Day, he's brilliant. And
that was on the other day, that.
I'm sorry, Scott, but the question was who was your favourite actor, not what was your favourite Denzel Washington film, Scott.
No, I'm just saying.
I'm just on your case tonight, Scott. I'm there. I'm
give me out.
I'm giving you a hard time.
A few people saying about Star Wars as well. I won't get into that because I've never actually seen them. So,
but favourite coming in, who's your favourite actor?
And I think that's why I like not seeing them, because I like seeing people's reactions when I say I haven't seen them.
Dan's gone. Dan's leaving.
Dan's having a meltdown. What's going on here? Yeah, like I say, Denzel Washington, brilliant. But Morgan Freeman's a great actor as well.
He's your favourite, is he? It's to me, it's between two. It's one for sort of more comical stuff and one for serious stuff. I'd say Bill Murray and Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks is just all round a great actor. But
I
love for his comedy. I love Jim Carrey as well. Love watching Jim Carrey. He just makes me laugh. As soon as I see him on the screen, he just makes me smile. He makes me laugh. He's such a talented, funny man.
I'll tell you who's other films. He's sadly no longer with us, but John Candy.
Oh yeah, Bree was absolutely brilliant. Love John Candy.
Uncle Buck, great film.
Ryan, when are we going to watch these? Yeah, when are we going to get together and have a marathon? You know, and then do we watch it in numerical order or release order? We're going to have that discussion, mate.
I don't know. I think you might be waiting a long time for that, mate. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe if I sat down and actually watched them, because I remember thinking Pirates of the Caribbean. I watch that shit. I fucking love them now. Yeah. They're my favourite film.
I tell you what, because you're very nostalgic. I think if you sat down and watched A New Hope, episode 4. Especially and the people that watched it when that came out would tell you just mind blowing and the stories, and you would have loved it if you would have got to see it as a kid. I think if you would have seen the first Star Wars as a kid, you'd be a fan.
I think I'd rather watch. I think I'd rather watch Toy Story.
Didn't you ever because like me, back we didn't
it was probably on, but I never really watched it, or if I did watch it as a kid, I can't remember it, but.
Yeah,
I like seeing people's reactions.
It's funny. I hate that show. I find it so unfunny.
Danny's Leonard.
Dan, you are right. Yeah, with Big Bang, I don't find it laugh out loud funny, but it's an easy watch. So when his name comes,
I don't even find it funny.
Scott, you just described watching Tottenham this season.
Huh?
You just described watching Tottenham this season.
Yeah, right.
I like that, Dan. I like that one. It's not even funny. I'm have to use that one.
It's just
it's a sparrow sneeze, Graham.
Sparrow sneeze.
Dave Knights has asked best gangster movies and actor. Or course.
That's probably meant to say, of course.
Of course. De Niro. So, best gangster movie.
Oh, there's a few. I like Goodfellas.
Yeah, Goodfellas. That's
Untouchables. That's a great film. The Untouchables.
Great. Sean Connery.
Casino is decent, but yeah, I have to say Goodfellas. I love Goodfellas.
Yeah,
Goodfellas is a brilliant film. It's one of my favourite. That's definitely in my top 10 of all time. Love it. Every time it's on, I watch it. People say about like Scarface. I don't mind Scarface, but it's not a film I watch over and over again.
I'll tell you what I watch. It's not a gangster film as such, but it's called The Highwayman. Kevin Costner, Woody Harrelson. It's about the
Oh, Bonnie and Clyde.
Bonnie and Clyde, the law enforcement officer. I think that was Marshall.
Yeah, someone just put Lock, Stock there, and that's an unbelievable film.
It's a brilliant film. Road to Perdition with Tom Hanks and Paul Newman. That's great.
I haven't seen that yet. I haven't seen that one.
You got to see that, mate.
Donnie Basco was good. Is it Donnie Basco? I think. And the Departed. That was a decent gangster flick. I know it was both sides of the coin.
You got to watch the original, what it was based, the Chinese film Internal Affairs. I'd seen that film first, right, on Film 4 back in the day, right? And then they've released
Richard Gere.
What?
Internal Affairs. Was that on Richard Gere?
It's a Chinese film. It's a Chinese
film.
I think there was a Hollywood version of it. I've seen a film called Internal Affairs, like corrupt cops and that, and it was Richard Gere was in it.
No,
this was back in the 80s.
Yeah, no, it weren't. No, the Chinese film came out probably in the 90s, but it was like the same premise. Like undercover cop goes into the gang, and then the gang member goes and becomes a cop.
This is divide the room. I think Lock, Stock, or Snatch.
Lock, Stock. Easy. All day.
Both good. I think. I don't know. Snatch is good. I think Lock, Stock might just edge it.
The Burbs.
Scott, I'm going Snatch.
Yes, mate. 50-50. We've done it.
I enjoyed Snatch more.
Listen, I love Lock, Stock. I think it's brilliant, but Snatch has got a bit more comedy value for it.
But the story, like the way it's laid out and the cast of characters, and
I think Brad Pitt swings it for me more when he plays that role. It was such a brilliant role he played, and but Lock, Stock's brilliant as well. There's two great Guy Ritchie films there.
The scene when they go and try and rob the bookies and that, it's fucking hilarious.
I love that. Yeah. Every time one of the guys who has a great.
We've got one in the room, mate.
Love, honour and obey.
Love, honour and obey. Me and Graham drove to Burnley a few weeks ago for a mate's wedding, and we was doing all the lines from that film going there, and we was doing all the lines coming back. And even now, me and my mates still fucking do the lines now. That is a brilliant. Honestly, that is definitely in my top 10.
Was it? Oh, I left the gas on. I got to go and have a nice cheese sandwich.
I fucking love that film. That is British humour at its best.
Oh, babe.
Yeah, some great films out there. You surprised me with Return. I'm a film guy. I've seen all three of them. I'm the film guy, trust me.
Dan is the film buff of us all.
I get the deep cuts.
That's probably one of the best lines from Snatch.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Mine says Desert Eagle 0.50.
Yeah. Yeah. But do you know what, right? Do you know in that film, do you know when they're sitting in the car and Vinnie Jones walks up to the window and taps on the window?
Yeah.
That's not Vinnie Jones.
Interesting.
Look at the reflection, because Vinnie Jones got arrested when he was playing for QPR at the time. He got arrested and he couldn't film that scene. So when you look at the reflection in the window, it's his voice, because he obviously does the voiceover after. But it's not Vinnie Jones, it's a stand-in. Knowledge.
Interesting. Little bit of film trivia.
Everyone's going to be getting out their fucking DVD. They go, that fucking. Let me have a look at that. Let me have a look at that. Oh, he's making it up. He's fucking right, that Ryan, West Ham Fan TV.
But thank you for Andrew.
Thank you, Andrew.
No comment. But
Graham, you can get 2 lights now.
I can.
Kent, Rocky Marathon tomorrow. Oh, mate, I won't go out. I love Rocky.
Yeah. Another film, great soundtrack.
1 and 2, I can watch, but 3, 4, I even don't mind 5. You know, the old Tommy Gunn thing. I don't mind that, but 3 and 4. 3 is probably my favorite. I loved Hulk Hogan as a kid. Loved him.
Tommy Gunn. He was the worst. Like when he
was a pro boxer, wasn't he? Tommy Morrison. He unfortunately died of AIDS. Like
as a character.
But yeah, he was. It wasn't. But I don't mind I didn't mind the Balboa film, and I don't really mind the 2 spin-offs, the Creed films. I think they're decent as well. The second one was good with the Drago storyline.
Yeah. Wait, before Graham answers this, because I know this is going to be a long Long.
No, it won't be a long one.
Gives Grant to think about his answers. So, Gray, think about your answer. Go on, Dan.
All right, no, I just wanted to quick because it's about obviously the channel and that. Dan, you're getting FIFA 22, so you can do FIFA predictions. I was looking into that today, and I found out it's 65 in quid for a game. 65 British pounds.
Dan, can I just chuck something in there?
What?
If you're doing it for the channel, get Nicky to dip in the funds.
Yeah. That's a good point. Because
oh shit, Nicky's ringing me. Hang on.
I might have to look into that because £65 for a game, and they release the same game every year. It's the same game. Are they out of their tiny little minds?
Mate, they know people will pay for it. That's the thing.
But that's the thing. Even if the channel pays for it, I still feel begrudgingly I'd pay it. Like I don't want to reward them. They need to slap, not money.
I have to agree with that. Stallone, one of Stallone. Well, I wouldn't say it's his best movie, but one of them. I love Demolition Man. That's a brilliant film.
With Wesley Snipes. Yeah, he was brilliant. Wesley Snipes is so underrated, man.
The last film I see him in was actually in a Stallone film. It was Expendables 3.
Yeah,
that's the last. Oh no, he was in Coming to America 2.
I still haven't seen that.
So that was a spoiler alert.
He was brilliant as Blade.
I know
he was good Blade Snipes.
He was he was excellent. Blade, he was perfect.
Andy just took the words out of my mouth there. White Men Can't Jump was a brilliant film. Woody Harrelson and Wesley Snipes.
Oh, what was the film?
Money Train.
What was the film he done in the early 90s with
Money Train?
No, with Ice-T. It was. Oh, someone's going to say it. Someone is going to say it.
Has anyone ever seen Money Train, by the way?
Yeah.
Yes, I like
Jennifer Lopez.
Yeah, it's J-Lo's first big film, wasn't it?
I was saying this the other day at work, and no one believed me. I had to Google it. They thought I just made it up.
Right, Dan, what you're thinking of that?
New Jack City.
Major League was a good film. Wesley Snipes in it. Baseball one.
Right. Anyway, back to our original question.
Go on.
Right.
Graham, top 5 football grounds for atmosphere.
I'm going to say Ellen Road Saturday was blinding. That was like an old, like really sort of old-fashioned atmosphere, like both sets of fans non-stop. So I'm going to go Ellen Road. Say Middlesbrough a few years ago. That was a good atmosphere when we won 3-1. That was pretty loud up there. That was a good one. I'm going to say the old Den was good. I went there '93. That was a good atmosphere. If a little scary for a 16-year-old. West Brom away, FA Cup '93. That was a good atmosphere. And I would say last one. So probably the same year. Barnes. I said Barnsley away was quite a good one. Barnsley away was quite a good one.
Very surprised none of them included Upton Park.
Well, that goes without saying.
It was away grounds.
It was away grounds.
It didn't say away.
It said away grounds.
Let's get that comment. Let's find that comment again.
While you're finding that, Neil Walker's Hand Falling Down is a great film. Neil, there's actually an English version of that film. It's called Graham at Blackburn Away. When he drove up there and he went nuts on the motorway.
All right, sorry, Dan, you were correct.
All right, yeah. Well, obviously Upton Park.
I was waiting for you to mention the cup final in 23, but you didn't go that far back.
In 23.
Sam's just joined. He's donated £20, mate. You really honestly didn't need to do that, mate, but thank you so much. He's joined a bit late. We've got to say, this is the best fan channel out there. Come on your irons. Well, he didn't even say out there. I just made that bit up. I just come on your irons. But yeah, no, thank you so much, Sam, for that, mate. You didn't have to do that. We don't do refunds on this channel, so if we ever see you, mate, pop over, we'll buy you a beer or a drink, whatever, if you don't drink. We always say that, don't you? Oh, we'll get you a beer, but you never know if people actually do drink or not. So we'll get you a drink of choice, a beverage of choice.
Beverage.
Lot of shouts out in the thing, Gray, for Sexy Beast. One of your favourites, mate. I know that.
Oh, yeah. Brilliant film.
Kingsley and Ray Winston.
I recreated Sexy, although he weren't sunburnt. But we was on holiday and we with Jace, and he was laying there on his fucking thing, and I said, "You like Sexy Beast?" From
Yeah, Dan could be. I'd say with a bald head and a beard, Dan could be Don Logan.
Yeah. I'll be like,
Dan going, "I'll tell you doing it now."
He looks very peaceful and happy in that photo.
Yeah,
Dan would be like, Dan would be like actually going, "You coming on the show?" Go, "No," so fuck no. Yes, I told him you're doing it. You're doing it.
Yeah, that's it. That's me. He was just there, like like Ray Winston, unashamedly had it all out. Dan was just like, I thought that's fucking Sexy Beast.
Yeah, brilliant film. But what do you want to do? Take a couple more questions or anything else you want to say before we go?
Go and have a couple more.
Go on then, Scott. Here's one. Oh, not that one. That one. We'll go to the other one after.
Sorry, Miss Amaret.
Sorry, Miss Amaret. I clicked on the wrong, but we will come to that question. Lawrence, when was the last time you had a haircut?
Interesting.
Tuesday.
Oh, me, Dan, or everyone.
Yeah,
Dan's
everyone,
is about 3 weeks ago, I think 2.5, 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, mine was about 2.5 weeks ago.
Yeah, you mean like go to the barbers or something and get your hair cut? Is that what it means?
I got a date night next week with a missus, so I'm going to have a nice little haircut next week.
I would say probably about 9-10 years ago, I last had a haircut.
It ain't grown much, is it?
No. I paid extra, so it's longer.
Miss Harris, how many people love the Goonies?
Great film.
I think if you're born in the 80s, it's saying that Graham was born in the 50s and he still loves it. So you've got to get it in at least once, Gray. You have to get it in at least once.
I was born 1976. I'm only 4 years older than Scott.
Yeah, fucking hell.
He's
chucked you right under the bus.
He's still going to get the abuse, mate.
He's chucked you right under the OAP bus.
The 80s was a great era for them.
Dan, I like this one. Who can do the best Nicky impression?
Right. We've never tried, Yeah. Right. No. I'm fucking telling you. I don't like the bald. Yeah.
LA shit.
Alex, he's fucking dog shit. He don't want to run. All right.
Fucking Dick Van Dyke.
No,
Mary Poppins.
You left out of all of that.
He claims he was my father. He did.
Dan, the main thing you left out of all of that, mate, is
come on, you do it, Scott.
I've lost my phone. Can't find my phone. Phone, wallet, ticket, MacBook.
Yeah.
All lost on the same day.
Yeah.
All right. Graham, I want to hear your Nicky impression.
I'd just done it. I mean, LA shit. Got the hump. Fuck this.
Right, Ryan, you've known him longer than anyone. You must have.
I'll be like, oh, fucking hell, Nick, man. Like, fucking what a season. We just won the FA Cup, the Premier League, fucking Europa League. How you feeling, mate? It's all right, isn't it? You know.
We love you, Nick.
Bless him.
Let us know in the comments.
Oh no! What's the other one? Can someone grab some batteries on the way to the ground?
Yeah,
sure. Yeah,
was the other one, wasn't
it?
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, you got everything, Nick. Yeah. Get to the ground. Oh fuck, I forgot it.
Anyone got an SD card running? How many SD cards did we go through?
Oh, fucking hell.
Oh,
Yeah, so let us know in the comments below who your favourite, who in your opinion does the best Nicky impression.
I think Ryan's facial expression just
He done it well. He got the facial. Yeah.
he's like a cross between Phil Mitchell and Robert De Niro.
you know we're all going to get a load of abuse off him after this, don't you?
Oh, mate. He's welcome to come and do his impression of all of us.
You could have said, well, I was on my way to Poland. It was a cold winter's day in 2009. Oh, he loves it. Oh, yeah, Gray, here's one for you, mate. We know you love it. Oh, where's it gone? Fuck's sake.
What's happened?
I don't know. Here we go.
It's a picture of Whistler's mother.
Boom.
Really?
It's a picture of Whistler's mother.
Oh, great. Someone just asked you to do Alan Carr. Oh, no, that was me.
Who said that quote? Wait.
Oh, no, did you? No, Ryan done Michael McIntyre, didn't it?
That was Graham who said that, wasn't he? I just realised what he said.
No, Ryan done Michael McIntyre. I was like, tried it up.
That was funny, man. When Nicky come on, he had to write up. And me and Graham was in the fucking like the bit before we come live when we're all on there. We're doing impressions, and Nicky come on. And he was fucking angry, and I'm like, welcome to Nicky Hawkins at the London Stadium.
Adrian, what are you still doing? For fuck's sake.
Bloody hell!
We had a good time, no, Ryan. We had a good time.
Yeah. Best impression of Dom. Nah, we don't need a striker, do we, David Sullivan? We've got that useless donkey up front. We couldn't score against Astra fucking Goo.
No, Astra fucking Goo.
Dom, sometimes you see him talk like that when he Dom. You are there, Nick.
Oh, the only thing Dom ever says to me when I say it is he goes, he looks at me, he just goes, sorry. Oh, he's a fucking legend, man. He makes me laugh. Hey, when we was out with him the other week and I put him in that trolley and I was spinning around, he was all crushed up and he couldn't breathe properly. He went, get me out. So I literally just tipped the trolley over and he just fell on the floor.
Oh, he was on his head, legs dangling in the air. Ryan spinning it around because he was meant to sit in it, but I'd flipped his legs up and he went on his head.
And then as he leant back, his fag went right in my face, like he burnt my face right now. But it was funny, man. It was a great night out. The random ones are always the best nights out.
Classic, yeah, that was classic, man. For real, good stuff. But yeah, he's a laugh. He's a good night. He's a good night out with Dom.
LTEL 1010 saying, what are all those bits of paper on Dom's lounge wall? What it is people think he's plotting murders and things like that. They're all autographs that he's collected over the years from different players and things like that. Yeah, it does look like he's investigating a crime scene when you. But yeah, it's all autographs that he's just collected from over the years since he was a kid.
Yeah.
Matt saying, can Ryan be Del Boy, Scott Rodney, Dan Trigger, and Graham be Boise?
What would happen? If anyone looks like Trigger, it's Graham.
No, I think he's saying impressions. Do the impressions.
I can't do a Trigger.
Yeah, I can't do impressions.
Yeah. He's just
like that Del Boy.
Yeah, boy said, oh, come along, Marlene.
Marlene. Come along, Marlene. Bring up Marlene, we're leaving.
I sound like the nan out of fucking give Catherine Tate then.
We should we should do what do you call it? Just turn this into an impressions channel. Forget West Ham. Let's just do crap impressions of each other.
It's the shit impression show. Scott, do an impression. Come on, you ain't done one yet, mate.
I can't do impressions. You know that.
You just try it. You don't know.
I can wait, but we've been doing them.
That's
we
a good
do an
question.
impressions show. I'd be the host, and it'd be literally I'll give you the impressions, and then everyone in the chat would score you on your impression.
Right.
That is a good. What program does your missus make you watch that is a guilty pleasure? I end up hate watching, like, and just watch it like 90 Day Fiance. She'll put that on, and I'm like, turn this shit off. What is this shit? And then I start asking her questions about it. Like, what's she doing with him then? Why don't she just leave him?
Pretty similar. It was Don't Tell the Bride for me.
Oh, she loves that one.
Yeah, I was thinking, what's this shit? And then I'm watching it when she's not here.
Yeah, I get that. Bad Girls Club is this other one where it's loads of like really angry women in a house together, and they're fucking just screaming at each other. And I'm like, it's just this shit, and you end up just watching it. So yeah, that's those two.
Eli, remember when Nicky dived on the floor full of beer in Friday Night Pint show, like Dewey Finn stage dived in School of Rock? Yeah, that's right. I think he sort of done a Jurgen Klinsmann dive through Tequila Rose on the floor. That was a mental night, wasn't it? That was a great night.
Right, I want to know your guilty pleasure first. What program?
I don't like a bit of MasterChef.
Mate, I know what yours is. Don't try and hide it. Yours is Married at First Sight.
I do like Married at First Sight.
I tell you what, though, Gray, it's funny when you get older, innit? Because, like, yeah, MasterChef. We was watching the Great British Bake Off the other day. I don't mind that.
It's a guilty pleasure, though. Is that something to be guilty over? It's just a cooking show. That guilt. It's not, you know what I mean? What about you, Scott? What does your missus make you watch that is your guilty pleasure?
Right, so my missus...
I just watch any shit I want, especially the 80s.
I'll be honest, I don't watch any of the crap she watches. When she puts it on upstairs.
Oh, really? Not even like...
I'll come down and she might have Geordie Shore on or something like that, and I'll watch a bit of Geordie Shore. Out of all of them, Geordie Shore's the one I can watch the most.
Wow.
But yeah, she watches Love Island, Mummy Diaries, all that sort of.
I've done it again. I've put Miss Samaret up and I've taken it straight
down. We're not Love Island fans and
yeah, you look. That is, a lot of people say that, but honestly, I've never seen one episode of it. It's not my cup of tea.
Ryan, I think I've seen more Love Island than Ryan.
I've never seen Love Island.
Single second. My missus don't even like it.
Never seen it.
Yeah.
Oh, John Sam, West Ham fan TV's his guilty pleasure.
I don't know whether to be offended or honest.
No. To be fair, it's my guilty pleasure as well.
Yeah. No, and a quick answer to this one, Amma's my key. It's the Pet Shop Boys all day long.
Pet Shop Boys.
Great songs. You've got to give it Pet Shop Boys over the Backstreet Boys. Backstreet Boys are someone you would say is a guilty pleasure. Pet Shop Boys, great tunes.
80s, Dan. 80s. We all like a bit of 80s.
Yeah, I've seen the Pet Shop Boys. They were very good live. I think I may have seen the Backstreet Boys. I'm not sure. I'm sure I've seen them.
Tell me why.
Come on, Scott.
Tell me why.
Scott, why did you just...
Come on, Scott. Tell me why.
Ain't nothing but a heartache.
Yeah, look. Go Westlife. It's peaceful there. Not the Westlife concerts I've been to, mate. They're absolute nutters, all these old drunk mums up and down. Fighting their way.
Boys, isn't it? Go away.
Trying to fight me out of the way to get the Shane. Oh, Shane's mine. Woohoo. He fucking ain't. He's mine. And Mark. And Kian. And Nicky. And Brian.
Yeah, it's a good point. With
I don't know who they are.
Yeah, I don't really watch TV, and that's the thing. All of this crap that I end up watching, she puts on the internet anyway. But I haven't really watched like TV. Do you know what I mean? Like you said, it's all on demand now, isn't it? You can watch lots of good stuff with all the streaming services.
The only thing I actually watch on TV, normal TV, is probably
football. If you're not at the game, isn't it? Most of the time,
because I ain't watching that on normal TV. I stream that. So
yeah.
You know, but the only thing I think is what's Jamie Redknapp and James Corden.
League of Their Own.
That's the only thing I really watch on normal TV.
Well, fucking hell, Scott, it shows how much you watch it. James Corden ain't done it for about 5 seasons.
Oh, I know that. I know, that's what I'm saying, but it's his show, isn't it? I'm always watching. I watch stuff on the IPTV stuff and all that.
Oh,
It's a good one. Look, West Ham winning the Premier League or winning the lottery. Fuck West Ham, mate. I'll take the lottery. Fuck West Ham. They earn enough money.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Like, I'd love West Ham to win the Prem, mate, but
I'll win the lottery and take the FA Cup. I'm not greedy.
Yes, yeah. It's sorry. I'd be very interested if anyone else did choose West Ham over themselves, but
lottery all day.
If it was like the Euro or millions or something, maybe I'll try and buy West Ham. And then win us the Premier League through my great ownership.
But yeah, I think we've gone on a little bit tonight for another short show. We've gone on for nearly 2 hours. So
we always said we won't do it too long tonight.
We get sucked in on the Ask Us Anything. You do it to us all the time, guys. You give us these questions that just really fucking get us excited and we love. And
yeah, as soon as I see Ghostbusters, that's what. If people know what ad turned me on, Ghostbusters.
Can't wait to do a post Ghostbusters pint where Ryan will be gushing and I'll be ripping into it and we'll have a big row. Like
you won't, Dan. You'll come out all emotional and
Dan will be like, "I'm going to go and watch number 1 and 2 again."
As we come out, Dan's already buying tickets to watch it again. He's going to love it that much.
Oh, mate, we have to film our reactions. This is going to be very interesting. I know what's. Scott's going to be like, I see what you're saying, Dan, but I also see what Ryan's saying.
I see what you're saying, Ryan. I completely understand. But then again, Dan, I do understand what you're saying, mate. But
that is wrong. Ghostbusters is quality, so Dan's wrong.
Graham's just going to be like, yeah, I like Batman. Oh, fuck you.
Great. Dan's not saying he don't like Ghostbusters. Dan likes Ghostbusters.
I like Ghostbusters 1 and 2. I like the real Ghostbusters cartoon from back in the
day. I fucking love the cartoon growing up. I still watch it now on YouTube.
Yeah, sometimes. I love that. But the problem I have is they don't look like it doesn't look like Ghostbusters. It looks like...
Give it a chance, Dan.
It's disappointing for me with Ghostbusters. You know when you first see the Ecto-1 when it's done up and the fire station opens, it comes out, it turns left and then goes down the street and then turns down that back street.
Yeah. Right? You've been there.
When I went to New York, and I went to that fire station, I thought, let me have a look up that road. It's a fucking dead end. It's an absolute shit, and it ruined my childhood.
No, but they just didn't show the bit where they've gone, oh shit, it's a dead end, and they're back to reverse.
Yeah, they didn't show the bit where Egon's reversing, going, for fuck's sake.
Should have gone left.
Your directions are shit.
Yeah, no, it's Someone's just said there, we'll take this as the last one. Where is it? I can't find it now, but someone just said about Friday Night Pint Live. Will there be another one? There you go. Well done, Scott. There'll definitely be another one. It'll probably be after sort of Christmas towards the end of the season, but we're gonna definitely gonna do another one because the other one was a night we'll never forget. It was a great night, and hopefully we'll have more people there and probably 1 or 2 guests on the night. And yeah, it'll be the first one was a learning curve, so we know what to do better next time and just get I think we'll probably get even more pissed than what we did the first time.
Yeah,
and I won't be wearing white trainers that night.
I'll be wearing a belt next time.
Yeah, I won't be wearing.
I was just going to say, Dan might keep his trousers on.
I've still got the chili sauce stains on my trainers from when Dan dropped his pot of chili sauce everywhere. But, I'll wear dark coloured trainers that night so they don't show up. I just won't wear shoes. I'll just go barefooted.
Trying to get.
Sorry, I've got to say this. She did it. She's done really well. Thank you for everyone that took the time to sponsor her. if you still would like to sponsor her, the page is still there. It's still the top link to on our Twitter, and I'll just go over there. But yeah, thank you everyone who took the time to sponsor her. But she's done really well. I think just over 7 and something hours. I think it took her to do it. So yeah, it went really well.
Well done.
Kevin saying he went to the same school as me, Eastleigh. And Eastleigh boy. Oh, that's nice. What year was you? A year older or younger? Or I've got to wait for that answer now. It's going to play on my mind all night.
Do you know what that reminds me of? What was it? It was in Post-Match Pint Friday at Pint. I might have been Post-Match Pint when someone kept asking, "What's did you go to school with someone?" Nicky went,
no, he went like that. He was asking, "Do you know Jamie Reynolds? Do you know Jamie?" Nicky put it up and went, "No, I don't fucking know Jamie Reynolds." I went, "I do."
Yeah, he's right.
I went to school with him.
The guy was like, "Sorry, Nick." Right, he's like,
hang on, Candyman saying he went to Eastleigh as well. What's going on here? We're having a reunion. Oh, look, fuck Friday night now. We're having an Eastleigh reunion. Great school. Well, great education-wise, but it was a good laugh. It was only over the road from my house, so
I was in Bonds boy, so I'll leave.
We had a lovely. You learned playing football the tough way at Eastleigh when you had to play in the winter on the gravel pitch out the back, not even AstroTurf, gravel pitch.
Proper, yeah.
The girls were doing gymnastics in the sports hall, so we had to go outside freezing our little nuts off. We were only young, little nuts, and you fall over on that, you know.
God, do you?
I know about it.
But yeah, look, we'll leave it there before any more questions come in. So yeah, thank you so much for everyone for watching us tonight, whether it's been on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. Thank you so much for everyone that's done the super chats. We really appreciate it. Anyone got anything to say before you want to go?
Sorry, Mr. C.
I saw this question. I was like, what?
Mr. C sponsored Sam. And I'm sure he put in there about getting me on the foot massage. So I've looked after her well since she's come back. So she's all good.
Oh, right.
You probably Scott. She probably come home and you sent her up the shop to get you something.
No. She's been well looked after.
Dan, you want anything to say before you go?
No, like I said, obviously Brentford. On Sunday, lots of bits and pieces. Post-match pint once again. Who knows where we're going to do it? I'm not going to that rat-infested fucking area where we was last time.
Why not?
It was creepy.
It was creepy.
Where we done the United game weren't bad in the cow, so maybe we can try to maybe get there again.
That was a good little spot, wasn't it?
That was okay. So we'll see. As long as if it's not busy, we'll try to get there, but we'll definitely do something. Graham. As always, mate, look, I'm pointing the right way. I'll leave you, mate. You know you love your little catchphrases.
I'll do me usual, me Jerry Springer.
When everyone logs off, I want them to feel positive and a good vibe. Graham, say it, mate.
Hey, everyone, be nice to each other. Be kind. Everyone stay safe. Get behind the team Sunday. We bring the 3 points home. Come with Lions.
That it does me all the time. Good night, everyone. Thank you for watching. One thing left to say. Come on, you Irons.
Come on, you Irons.